It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. I'm Bob Rechtenwald. This is Scooter.
Whoop whoop.
Scott Callies and his brother.
Good morning.
Brian. Boo.
The Boo.
The Boo. There you go. I'm sorry.
No.
Excuse me. The Boo.
Who's Boo is what I want to know.
Hey, this is Scooter's got some pretty awesome coffee going here, so thanks to come into the studio.
There you go.
See my brother.
Got some Scooter coffee.
Little Scooter coffee. Well, how
That's
was your
pretty
Christmas?
good coffee. It was good. It was good. I can't complain. And we had a good time. Had family in and got to see my kids and just had a good time. Played a bunch of games. Ate way too much food. Way too much food.
Brian, how about yours?
It was awesome because Scott loves to cook.
We're talking Christmas now.
So
Were you here for Christmas?
Oh no, wait, no, I skipped Christmas. I couldn't come down.
See, I'm trying to get you back to Christmas here.
Christmas is awesome. So we do a lot of stuff for families in need. That's kind of our thing. So Christmas, we spend a lot of time doing, do you know what Angel Tree is? Mm-hmm. So we kind of do a flavor of Angel Tree. Usually the kids that are never selected or chosen for Angel Tree are the ones that are really hard hit. So we kind of do a bunch of stuff for them. And we start it on Christmas Eve. Then we go out and shop and get a bunch of stuff for them and try to make them smile. It was a good time.
What about New Year's, Scooter?
New Year's, I stayed up. That's a good sign. But it wasn't a big party. We had our big shindig the night before. So New Year's Eve, we just kind of watched TV and waited for the ball. Recovered. Yes, the whole day was recovery for us. But we watched a movie, then watched the ball drop and went back to the movie, finished up and went to bed.
At 12:08, you were done.
No, I think the movie was still going, so probably around 12:30.
No, my
We went to
splurged.
bed. Yeah, and Amanda was up. She stayed up with us. And
Wow.
yeah, good time.
Brian, you came in from Memphis and spent
did.
New Year's with your family here?
Yeah. Get to come down whenever I can, which is usually holidays. But this is kind of fun.
Good time.
Yeah,
I should have uploaded the game we played.
especially to see my niece and nephew. They're a lot of fun to hang with. So.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Where do they get that from? Their mom?
Yes, their mom, the safe side, and then Bubba on the crazy side. So
Crazy.
It takes a balance.
A smooth balance.
It's not smooth,
Not smooth?
just a balance.
It's a teeter-totter.
Yes. Yeah. And yours?
Not bad. Quiet?
Quiet.
he made chili. I heard chili.
No, I didn't make it. My wife made it.
Ah,
It was good.
Good chill.
Yeah, we went over to Northwest Arkansas on Christmas Eve day and spent the night with our oldest daughter, and the other two kids that live over there came over to her house, and we had a little Christmas Eve night. And then Christmas morning we got up and hung out at her house, went to the other daughter's house, went to the son's house, came home.
There you go.
Made a day of it, and drove back home, and then worked. Unlike some folks, I worked that week.
Yeah.
And then
I hear
worked
you.
last week.
Ben, he took a week off already, and he wants to complain about somebody else taking a week off. But I get it. I get it.
Listen,
I hear
2
you go.
weeks you
Here
took.
you go. No, I took off a week.
What about the week you took off in the summertime?
I took a week off for the summer. Where did I go?
I can't remember, but somewhere.
Well, he's
Not
got-
this year.
No, bull butter.
he's
No.
got you now.
No, I didn't take one off the summer this year. I didn't go to anywhere.
Anyway, New Year's was quiet. We hung around the house, did some stuff out in the yard. It was a little chilly, but it wasn't too bad. It was pretty nice.
Were you up to see the New
Yeah, we
Year's?
started watching a show. We caught the last portion of an episode of Homestead Recovery,
Okay.
and I've never seen it before. It's on Discovery Channel, and it was pretty interesting. So we watched the next
There you go.
episode, and it was pretty cool.
Awesome.
Folks try to homestead like up in Alaska where there's nothing, and they try to homestead with greenhouses and
Awesome.
different living off the grid kind of stuff.
Some of them were probably in for a shock, but
Now they were in for a pretty good shock. They had this one that we watched had 14 feet of snow over the wintertime. And these people weren't quite prepared for that, and their greenhouse caved in, their shop caved in, everything just wasn't up to snuff. And these people come in and through donations and whatever, revamped and made it so it'd be safe. And so the folks at home understand what's going on here is we're stalling around a little bit because our guest doesn't come in on Tuesday until 7:30.
Yep.
Because normally by now we would be on to something different.
Yep.
And
but we're just
because
talking.
I'm kind of like clockwork. I like to be done.
I get it. We're gonna mix it up this morning.
Gonna be a little different this morning.
Yeah.
So it's a new year. Lots of new adventures. We did the Ultimate Auto Group tournament for basketball.
Yes. Yep.
Mountain Home was runners up on both sides, boys and girls. Farmington ended up winning both sides, boys and girls.
Farmington had one player that was, oh my goodness.
Had a young man,
50 points on the night?
51 or 52 points on the night, but that's not the first time he's done that.
I know.
He scored 61 against Huntsville as a sophomore.
Just him, Brian.
Wow.
He scored the 50-something points the night I was watching.
Yeah,
wow.
So he had a very good game. He's signed to play at North Texas State in Denton, Texas, and he's a good ball player for sure.
Yeah.
We want to congratulate Farmington and the Farmington Cardinals, both ladies and men, on their wins at the Ultimate Auto Group tournament. And we'll be idle until Friday as far as sports goes. Bombers play host to Siloam Springs. The Siloam Springs Panthers will come in Friday night to the hangar, and they'll start conference play at that point. And we will do the best of our ability to bring those conference games throughout the season. We're looking to do all of them this year. We'll see how that pans out, but we'll bring them right here on XL7-TV.
Were you a player?
Was I a player?
Mm-hmm.
Of what?
Mm-hmm. Any of the sports, right?
Oh,
Basketball?
sports player.
Sports.
Yeah, no, I played football.
Football.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I threw the shot in track, but I played football. But I did not. They wouldn't let me play basketball when I wanted to play. I went in and talked to the coach, me and a couple of friends of mine, and he looked at one and said, "Randy, yes, you can be on the team. Mike, yes, you can be on the team." I reckon, well, basketball's not a full contact sport, so we would like for you to just stay with football.
Huh.
I said, okay, sounds good.
Full contact kind of guy.
I'm full contact.
Start adding that. There's a lot of fouls that come with that.
Yeah, it's bench time.
He wouldn't be out there long before he fouled out.
It's time for the morning prayer brought to you by Hospice of the Ozarks. Hospice of the Ozarks, 870-508-1771 is their number. Greg Wood and his staff have been serving Baxter and Marion County since 1978, I believe is what I've read.
Something
right?
like that.
Something like
Yeah.
that. Long time.
Yeah, long time.
Long time. They're there to answer any questions you might have about hospice care. If you'll give them a call, 870-508-1771 is their number. Brian's going to do the honors of the morning prayer this morning. And now the morning prayer.
Wonderful. Wonderful Father, thank you so much for a wonderful year in 2023. We've seen a lot of things going in our personal lives and our family lives and work lives, and just want to thank you for all the ups that you helped us through, and when we were going through the downs, you helped us through those. And so 2024 is now kicked in. So, Lord, just want to ask for your guidance and your help and your support to try to keep us moving forward in a way that can make you smile on us, and we can be a blessing to everyone around us. So we thank you for everything that you do. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
It's been the morning prayer brought to you by Hospice of the Ozarks. We're going to take a quick word from Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z-Team. We'll be right back.
Well, folks, have you ever been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should call the Z-Team.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for the weather, the lake reports, the dam levels. All brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty. 870-405-0793 is their number. RetiredToArkansas.net is their website. Go there, click on live views, and this is what you get to see. A little bit of froggy this morning.
A little bit of froggy this morning. You see the frost on the tree branches and
Well,
stuff.
I tell you, frost was heavy this morning.
It was.
And it wasn't the old little tiny crystals. It was big crystals. I had to warm up the latches on my chicken coop to get in this morning.
You know what I had to do? I had to search for my truck to find a scraper. It's the first morning I had to do a scraper.
Really? Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, I promised my wife I'd get her one. I got to get her a long-handled one because she's a little bit challenged, a little short.
Vertically challenged.
Yeah. What you're looking at there is the beautiful White River from Marion County back into Baxter County. You don't get to see what's behind that frost line, but it'd be a cold day to be on the river fishing.
Here's the shot normally during the day that we have.
You've got the White River, the city of Cotter, the Rainbow Bridge off to your left. Behind it is the Railroad Bridge, which is the Trellis Bridge. Way off in the distance is the state of Missouri. Way off to your right would be the city of Mountain Home and Gassville. Over to your left will be the city of Bull Shoals. Contractors Trust, the Railroad Museum is down there. The Big Spring Park is there as well, the baseball fields. Beautiful shot of the beautiful White River. This shot is brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, RetiredToArkansas.net. Have you got any other still shots you can show?
I didn't bring
will
them
come
up.
in?
I didn't load them up. I didn't load up any others.
You didn't bring up any others? Okay.
I can try while you're
I
talking.
just didn't know if there were anything was clear that would be live or not. Anyway, we'll go ahead.
Live? No, because there's two cameras, and here's the zoom-in camera, and even it, you really can't see much from it.
Well,
Oh,
there
you
you
get a
go.
little shot of the water.
There we go. That's pretty cool with the ice on the trees. Mm-hmm. The frost, I don't call it ice. Boy, we'll be in trouble.
I'm going to save that picture right there, I think.
A little bit of heavy frost on the trees, not ice, heavy frost. I'm going to read through some temperatures. We'll let that scroll through and see what happens. Currently in Mountain Home, it's 21. Harrison is 21. Batesville, 20. Yellville and Marshall are in at 17. Salem is 19. Mountain View is 20. Calico Rock is 21. West Plains, Missouri is 19. Springfield, Missouri is 25, along with St. Louis. Poplar Bluff, Missouri is 31. How about that on a day like today?
This is pretty cool. That's a nice shot, though.
It is cool. It's definitely moving. Low.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look at the radar.
All right.
Currently in the radar, we've got some rain happening up in Seattle and Portland, Oregon, up in the north portion of California. Got some rain coming through Texas from Mexico. Looks like it'll be intensifying a little bit around lunchtime. But as far as what we've got in Arkansas, nothing. We'll zoom into Arkansas. From Rogers to Blytheville, from Fayetteville over to Jonesboro, Fort Smith to Memphis, Conway, Little Rock, Hot Springs, Pine Bluff, Texarkana to Greenville, Mississippi, looks all clear today. So if you're traveling away from here or back to here and watching this online, our weather's supposed to be fairly nice today. On the national scene, we've got, what is this right here? Special weather statement. Have no idea what it is, but that's in New Mexico, so we don't have to worry about that here. We've got a freeze watch down the lower portion of Georgia. But as far as Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, Iowa, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, and good old Mountain Home, we're pretty clear. 7-day forecast. Today, high of 44, low tonight of 27. Tomorrow, high of 49, mostly clear tomorrow night, low of 24. Thursday, it's going to be sunny, high of 43. Mostly cloudy on Thursday night, low of 27. Friday is going to be a high of 42, chance of rain. Friday night, going to be more of a chance of rain, about 50%, low of 32. That means it could turn white if we're
There
not
was
careful.
a chance. It was showing some chances at nights to
If we're
switch
not
over a
careful,
little
it could
bit.
be a little bit white. Saturday, slight chance of rain, then mostly cloudy, high of 44. Next week, we're looking at Sunday, high of 49, and Monday, 70% chance of rain, high of 49 degrees. Lake levels and dam reports. Lake Norfolk 553.67, which is 1.67 above full pool of 552. No generation is available at Norfolk, but they do have one spillway gate open at 110 cubic feet per second. Lake Bull Shoal 652.24, which is 6.76 below full pool level of 659, currently generating 3. And if you look at those pictures, Scooter, don't look like they're generating anything.
No.
But it says they're generating 3, so we'll take their word for it. That's lake levels, dam reports, and all the updates brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty. 870-405-0793 is their number. retiredarkansas.net is their website. These are realtors you can recommend to your friends. I say they're busy, but never too busy to help you. Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a moment.
Your senior healthcare specialist is VACO Insurance in Mountain Home. Retired law enforcement and disabled veteran owner Frank VACO and staff can help you with all your insurance needs. VACO Insurance provides coverage for most carriers in the area, such as Medicare, Affordable Care Act, individual, or any other health or life insurance options. With over 13 years experience and agents in multiple areas and locations throughout northern Arkansas and southern Missouri, VACO Insurance is the right choice to handle all your insurance needs. That's VACO Insurance, located in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
Mow, dig, haul. The L-Series compact tractor offers ultimate versatility, along with a great ownership experience and service that only your local Kubota dealer can deliver. The #1 selling compact tractor in Arkansas, and built-in quality and reliability for a great price. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today. Get the L-Series tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
For all your Kubota needs, visit Ozarks Farm and Lawn in Mountain Home. When you're
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for community news and happenings brought to you by Ozarks Farm and Lawn, the dealership that deals. 870-425-3434 is the phone number. Highway 62 Southwest, out toward Buford Road on the right-hand side. You're not going to miss them because they got tractors everywhere.
They got tractors lined up from one end to the other. Every size you can think of, you can go out and test drive them, figure out what works best for you. They carry almost every implement you can think of. They got behind the tractors on the back thing is nothing but implements and attachments. They got a huge parts department and a big service department, so they can service any tractor need. They get you taken care of.
Yeah, I've said this before, but it's worth repeating it. That building has had the same type of business in it since it was built.
Yeah.
It's been a farming business, it's been an implement business, it's been tractors and mowers, but it's been the same basic business in that building, gosh, since the 70s.
Oh, yeah.
It's a long time. So if you're looking for a part that you can't hardly find, I'd give Ozarks Farm and Lawn a shot at it because they've been in that building. They may have that part sitting somewhere. You just never know.
I know. We got I mentioned this before, we got an old Kubota M9000. M9000. They've had the parts any times we needed it. They've taken good care of us.
Community news and happenings. There's not a whole lot happening.
Not a whole. Well, there it is.
First part of the year, it's just going to be slow for a little bit. We had one accident downtown New Year's Eve day or New Year's Eve evening. Somebody plowed through the intersection at Main Street and 6th Street.
Ouch.
Took out the power light there, the stop
Yeah, I
light.
noticed it was off.
And now it's a 4-way stop for a while until they can get the new light put in. Yeah. If you're going to drink, don't drive. That's all I can say.
I agree with that 100%.
Army Corps of Engineers will accept your live Christmas trees, and they'll put it down inside the lake and turn it into fish habitat on local waters on Bull Shoals and Lake Norfolk. There are different game and fish drop-off locations for your Christmas trees. Let me see if they have a list of them here. I don't see a list here. Anglers are welcome to remove the trees from drop-off locations and create their own fish attractors, which is something different. I don't remember them allowing fishermen to do that before. So you can go to these drop-off locations, grab a few trees, take them. You can use cinder blocks with a parachute cord. And it's a popular option to weigh the trees down so they'll go down into the water. Sandbags are also an option. Trees will get waterlogged and no longer need to be weighted at the bottom. So if you use a sandbag and it deteriorates, well then they get waterlogged and they'll stay down anyway. So that's a pretty good project. It's been going on for a long time. You can call the Game and Fish Project Office at 870-425-2700. Get some more information on that. A couple new laws that went into effect in the state of Arkansas. One of them's got to do with taxes, and it's going to be a decrease in your payroll tax, which is pretty nice. We'll take that. What else have we got going on here? And we have the county judge just walked in. How about that? What else have we got going on here, Scooter? I don't see much to talk about. 18-wheeler catches fire, tire explodes and strikes the driver.
That's not positive, but it's exciting. I'll give you that.
That's going to leave a mark, I can tell you. Other than that, I don't see local law enforcement agencies they reported a quiet holiday period, which is good.
That's always a plus.
We like that.
I guess that's because you were at home.
Yes, it's because I didn't leave.
Yeah, Scooter was being a good boy. So, yeah, there we go. 6 areas in north central Arkansas ranked amongst the coldest places. Baxter County, Newton County, Marion County. Baxter County was 8th, Newton County was 6th, Marion County was 5th, Fulton County was 4th, Boone County was 2nd. There you go. What a deal.
What a deal.
Just not a whole lot there, Scooter.
No. Well, our gift's here early. That's a good sign.
Well, that's all right. Let's talk to Brian a little bit. Let's talk about what you do over in Memphis.
Oh, for Memphis. All right. Well, I have an 8 to 5, so I have a day job that I do IT work. But my real focus is a nonprofit we started, which is called Saving Lost Kids. So we work with missing and sex trafficked children. It's kind of our world. So
Okay.
try to prevent it as much as we can. That's our first program. So we do a lot of prevention work. And then search and rescue, sex trafficking rescue. So we were really, really blessed. We actually brought home a child that was missing in a bad situation, and we found that child in Texas, and we're able to bring him home back to his family on, Christmas Eve, right? So the 23rd, we were able to bring that back. So really blessed. Smartest thing I've ever done with my life is to do something for others.
Did you start that?
I did. It was a God calling. I opened up my life to let him kind of lead me wherever he wants to lead me in my next chapter of my life. And he said, I want you to keep doing ministry. And I'm like, well, good, I like that. And kind of led me to keep doing music. And I'm like, cool, I like that too. And then he said, I want you to go save lost kids. And first I thought it was, why would you ask me to do that? That's kind of crazy. That's out there. But it turns out it was the smartest, best thing I've ever done. It's interesting when you follow God's plan instead of just try to make your own.
There's an organization in our area called Into the Light. Is what you do,
Yeah.
something similar to what they do?
We do. So we work with missing and sex trafficked, and in our world, we see that there's so much parallel in those two. That in most cities in the country, the missing are really forgotten about. Like, nobody really pays attention anymore. You hear an Amber Alert, but that's like less than 1% of the kids will ever be on an Amber Alert. So when we focus on sex trafficking, we want to try to do it at the early stages. So when the child initially goes missing or is being lured or trying to be pulled, we want to stop it kind of before all the bad stuff happens. Have you ever seen the movie? The new movie? That was a big Sound of Freedom was a big awareness call. I think that was good. It got a lot of people to realize how big the problem of sex trafficking is. And so child sex trafficking in America has just grown way out of control. And so we're doing what we can to try to work with other groups as well, like your awesome group there.
How stretched out are you?
We could.
How big of an area do you cover?
Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee is what we're kind of focused on, and those are where they're kind of missing from, I guess, or being trafficked from. But we're posed as a nonprofit for the United States, so we try to stay in the U.S.
Okay.
Try not to go overseas anywhere. So
you have a website?
We do. SavingLostKids.org. SavingLostKids.org.
You have a phone number?
We do. 800-308-0607. 308-0607.
There you go.
It's interesting. And right now we're building something really awesome, and I'm hoping maybe in the future to even have one in Arkansas. But we're building. So you recover these children with trafficking. The problem is you got a lot of healing you have to do, and there's not any places in Tennessee really that are dedicated to healing girls recovered out of child sex trafficking. So our focus is why don't we just build a ranch? So we're building a ranch in Tennessee and 10 homes, and each home will have dedicated house parents that we pay to be house parents. And then they get like 3 to 4 girls per home, depends on what they can handle.
How are you funded?
All through private donations primarily. We're resisting doing any state government funding. We'll take a little bit to go to the schools and do some education and stuff, but that ranch will be 100% private donation. That's kind of our model. We're following Big Oak Ranch out of Alabama's model. They're amazing, best ever seen private organization, 50 years running, and we're following them, but we're doing trafficking where they're not allowed to touch traffic kids. So
give us the name of your organization again.
So Saving Lost Kids.
And you can give us your website?
SavingLostKids.org.
And the phone number?
800-1-800-308-0607.
That'll wrap up Community News and Happenings, brought to you by Ozarks Farm and Lawn, the dealership that deals. 870-425-3434 is their phone number. We'll be back in just a moment. Got the county judge with us, Kevin Litty. Be back in just a minute.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Providing caring, compassionate services at an affordable price is our goal at Connor Family Funeral Home. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that treats our friends and neighbors just like family, with a wide range of services and options to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area. Connor Family addresses all the details with no hidden fees, so you can rest assured that you are treated like family for a more personalized and worry-free service. That's Connor Family Funeral Home, where compassion and affordability meet, located in Mountain Home.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the Mountain Home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. With me this morning is the county judge, Kevin Litty. How are you, sir?
Good morning. How y'all doing this
Well,
morning?
I got to be careful with that, sir.
No, I can just go with Kevin. I'll just accept Kevin. I accept that from everybody, and I tell all the employees that work with me, call me Kevin. So.
Yeah, but I've known you too long. I had a nickname for you when you was playing football in high school, but I don't use it here.
I don't remember what it would have been.
Been a whole year.
Been a year. We've made a loop, and I told my wife that this morning. I said, "Well, it's been a year today since the first day at work." So,
yeah.
Was sworn in prior to the first, but a year today. So it's been fun. It's been challenging. It's been a big learning experience, and still a lot more to come as far as learning. And
before we get into what you've accomplished or what you had hoped to and didn't quite meet the benchmark. It's been a year since you've been elected in, and we've had a lot of new people move into Baxter County. Let's talk about Kevin Litty and who you are, what your background is, so the people that may be new to our area have an idea who you are.
Okay, I'll start from the beginning. My family moved here in 1976. I started second grade here, young man, so I feel like I'm a true Arkansan, and I've spent my life here. Love the area, and went to high school here, and I graduated high school and never left Mountain Home. I've remained here since I was 7 years old, and did a little farm work early in my career, and got into law enforcement in 1993, and with the Mountain Home Police Department, and that's where I spent my career, and spent a little time on the Quorum Court prior to becoming county judge, and Mickey Pendergrass was the judge at the time, and I had went and talked to him last year, 2022 now, I guess. And he said, "I'm going to retire." And I said, "If you're going to retire," I said, I have my time in at the police department. I'm gonna walk out of there and try to run for county judge." And I did, and here we are.
What year did you graduate high school?
1987.
Good old bomber days back in the 80s.
It was a lot of fun back then. Sure was.
School was a little bit different then than it is now.
It was a lot different. It really was. I don't know if, it really was.
What was your first job out of high school?
My first job in high school was I worked for our local locker room with Mickey and Linda Husky started there when I was probably 15, 16 years old, and worked there till I graduated, and went to college at Fayetteville for a year, and college wasn't for me. Came back home, and just did some local farm work for a couple different farmers, and worked out here at our tractor implement place for a while, and enjoyed that kind of stuff, and I thought that's where I would spend my career. But
what was that place when you worked there?
It was called Mountain Equipment Company.
Mountain Equipment.
Yeah,
Danny Keeter and
Bill Threet.
Bill Threet.
Yes.
So we were talking about that as how long that building has been here.
Yeah, long time.
It's been the same type business since it's been here.
I'd say it was built
in the 70s.
Yeah, late 70s maybe. Yeah, mid 70s. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember going out there when I was in high school.
Yeah, so I'd started doing some work for Bill, one of the co-owners, and on a farm up north of town, and I got married young there, and I needed a full-time job. I was working for him part-time, and that was really my full-time job after I graduated high school.
From the time you graduated high school until the time you ran for county judge, we've seen a lot of difference a lot of things happening in our county in that span of time. What's the biggest change before you became county judge did you see happen in Baxter County?
Well, it's hard to remember it all when you're sitting in your younger days until people remind you. I mean, I may walk into you at the grocery store and say, "Hey, you remember so and so?" and hadn't thought about it in 25 years until you brought it up to me. So it's hard to remember it. But just the growth, the growth of the town. As county judge, I get to see a lot of old pictures, and people bring some to me and give them to me, and it's like, man, I remember that, but I would have never thought of that had you not brought me that picture. And so I've been kind of putting up a few pictures like that. But the growth, people don't realize what it was in the late 70s, early 80s, driving down Main Street in Mountain Home. It was just a two-lane street and wasn't much down through there.
My folks moved here in 1972, and I think there was 2 stoplights in Mountain Home. Mm-hmm. One at 6th Street and one at College.
Always been one at 6th Street, and probably been one at College. I have an old-time buddy that lives here in Mountain Home, and he said from College Street east was nothing but farmland back in his early days, childhood days, high school days.
Have we lost a lot of farmland?
Oh yes, we have. There
50 years.
Yeah, there used to be a lot of cattle, and a prime example is the sale barn that used to be over here by the old McLean Farms off Wade Street. I had old timers tell me that place would have sales on Saturdays or Mondays, whatever day they were having it back then, and it would last all night long.
Yeah.
Well, my time of going to the sales there, it was lucky if it'd last a half a day.
Right.
So back in the day, there was a lot of cattle in Baxter County and probably surrounding counties too. That's not as heavily populated with cattle anymore like that.
Yeah, and what's going on with that is there's more sale barns around than what we had back in those days.
There is.
We had that one in Mountain Home, but there was a smaller one in Gainesville, but there wasn't another one until you hit Ava.
Yeah.
But now they have them about every day of the week. You can find a sale barn somewhere.
There's a sale barn or sale somewhere about every day of the week, yeah.
The road situation in Baxter County, we've got a lot more chip and seal or paved roads than we had back when we were kids as well. We had a lot of dirt, very few gravel, but a lot of dirt roads.
Yes, a lot of dirt roads.
How many county roads do we have in Baxter County?
Number, I can't tell you the numbers. There's about county roads. There's about there's a little over 700 county roads. So about half of it's chip and sealed or paved.
How many miles would you say that would be?
Excuse me. There's about 750 miles of county roads.
750
yes,
miles.
I don't know
roads?
the number of county roads.
Okay.
About 750 miles, close to that.
Okay. And we can go on and talk about changes in the county road situation. I know there was a new bridge built down Denton Ferry this year. You want to hit on some of the accomplishments that have been going on at the county judge's office, and then we can talk about what are you thinking is going to happen for the next 12 months.
Yeah. Well, my goal was when I ran for county judge was to keep moving forward, and I had a lot of people ask me, "What's keep moving forward?" And I said, "Well, what's the county done in the last 10 years under Mickey Pendergrass? Look back and see what he's done, and we're going to take that, and we're going to take that next step, and we're going to keep moving that progress forward." I was able to do that in my first year on one project, and when I say that, really what comes to mind with me when I say keep moving forward is the road program and taking care of our employees. We have to do that to keep up to standards. But I wanted to really improve our road program. I did it in the first year. As county judge, what was planned for our road system when I took over was planned by the previous judge and the current road and bridge superintendent. I followed that program, but I was able to do 1 mile extra of what they had planned of overlay. And so I accomplished what I wanted to do by saying keep moving forward. I want to improve our equipment, to give our guys good equipment to take care of our county roads and our infrastructure around here. We're doing that right now. It's in the process. And this year's budget was handed to me, and I followed it because it was a plan, and I think it's good to follow a plan. And we're kind of still putting together a little plan for our county road system. We got it pretty well set, but it kind of changes from time to time, but I want to follow our plan that we've set forth for this year too.
How big of a budget does the county have?
$28 million, a little over.
All derived by sales tax?
Well, that and sales tax and real estate and millage.
Taxes and millages.
Yeah, taxes. So
the $28 million, is it going to be increased this year? Will it be the same for 24?
24 budget's already been passed. It was $28 million and some change, close to $29 million. So it's already been passed, and we're ready to keep moving forward.
What is the role of the county judge?
Well, you get the, of course, the administrative office is under me, and then Road and Bridge is, of course, the biggest department under me. Employs about 43 or 4 guys out there, men and women. 911, juvenile services. But what I've seen in my first 12 months is, and I told the guys this at Road and Bridge when I met with them recently, my 3 biggest complaints are grading roads, potholes, and mowing right-of-ways. Now, you wouldn't think, mowing right-of-ways would mean a lot to a lot of people, but it does, and I'll assure you it does. And that's a step we took, we are taking right now. We had a couple tractors with, 9,000-10,000 hours on them. We have a brand new, tractor and mower ordered right now. Hopefully, be here about April. So, if it means a lot to the taxpayers, we're going to try to do it to take care of their needs.
Mm-hmm. Why is mowing right-of-way so important to people?
It is for, I really can't answer that. I mean, a lot of places it's visibility, at an intersection. And, I understand that, but it just, it is. I can't answer why, but it is. Lots and lots of calls.
So basically, the county judge is the chief executive officer of everything that happens within the county.
Yeah, he sure is. So signs off on every elected official has their own budget, but the final, we call them affidavits here in the county, comes through the county judge's office for the county judge's signature. So every dollar that's spent comes through the county judge's office.
And it's basically approved through the quorum court, or
the budget is approved for all elected officials through the quorum court. Yes.
Okay.
But once they have their budget, they spend it as they see needed, and but every bill they pay comes through the county judge's office.
Does being the chief executive officer of the county also put you over the jail and the sheriff's department?
No, sheriff's over his jail, his administration office, all the deputies, all the jailers. Once his budget's approved, it's his budget to work with.
But that budget too has to be approved through the quorum court.
It does. It's approved through the quorum court, yes. And then as he spends it, it comes through the judge's office.
Okay.
Same with every other elected official.
So they have a separate budget for the $28 million?
Yep. No, it's within the 28.
That's within
yeah.
See, that's a little bit of a misconception. Everybody seems to think that Sheriff Montgomery has his own budget that he deals with, but he does have his own budget, but it's a portion of
the
whole $28 million.
Yeah, so the assessor, collector, treasurer, coroner, judge's office, building and grounds, everybody's budget is in the 28 plus million.
Right.
So, but it's all divvied up.
There you go. And that just makes sense.
Yeah.
Did you have a quiet New Year's?
I did.
We didn't have any snow or ice to deal with.
No, quiet New Year's, and I think the older you get, the quieter they get, don't they?
It seems. What are you looking at me for? We'll ask Scooter. No.
Mine wasn't quiet at all. I'll admit that.
Well, I slept through midnight, so that was good for me.
Did you?
I did.
With the I don't want to say the lack of it. I don't want to talk a whole lot about it. We'll get slammed with it. But, a big portion of your expense in the wintertime is snow removal and dealing with ice for all these county roads. The further that goes into the year and we skate the chance of snow and ice, does that money just carry over for next year on the line item for snow and ice removal, or are you able to spend it elsewhere?
It's in the road and bridge budget, so it can be moved to different line items.
So it can be used for other expense.
We're stocked up on material for road ice and snow removal. As far as they use sawdust and salt out there, we're stocked up on it. They've been hauling it in, preparing. Hopefully we don't have any, but a nice snow's always pretty. But last year when I got sore in, about 2 weeks after I got sore in, we had our first snow, and
snow is pretty, but it's also pretty expensive.
Yeah, so I got through the first one pretty easily last year, and it wasn't a big problem. So hopefully, if we do get a snow, it sticks around a couple of days and it's gone.
Yeah, it doesn't need to hang around the roads.
No, we can keep it off the roads. We'll be all right.
The expense of road graders and the maintenance thereof, that's all road and bridge. Does road and bridge have pretty much the largest portion of your budget?
Absolutely, yeah. Road and bridge and the sheriff's office have the largest portion of the budget, of the whole budget.
And that's for maintaining and building new and upkeeping bridges and updating bridges and
payroll,
such?
Personal services, yep, it's all in one.
How many people are employed by the county?
Right around 190.
190.
Yeah. And we've been able to maintain our numbers, over the last few years. And it started prior to me getting here when I was on the court. So I had a hand in at least voting for it. But county was lagging behind on pay to keep up with other counties or cities of our size. And we have our benefit package up there where it needs to be now. And the county has done very well in the last couple of years of retaining employment, and that's good for us.
You bet. It's good for the county as well. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. My guest this morning is Kevin Litty, Baxter County Judge. We'll be back in just a moment.
Even on the most perfect day, the unexpected can happen. But with just one call to their local Red Ribbon expert at Overhead Door, they can get their garage door fixed or replaced in a jiffy.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. Experience the best in Mexican dining. Letty's in Gassville. Voted numerous times as the best Mexican restaurant in the Twin Lakes area. Come out for delicious breakfast served all day. Or enjoy an authentic Mexican lunch or dinner. $1.49 tacos on Thursday. 10% discount for seniors every day. No time? Call Letty's and have your to-go order waiting for you. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties, weddings, holidays, or big events. The best Mexican restaurant in the Twin Lakes area. Letty's in Gassville.
All you've ever wanted was a place to write your story. You hear it's not the right time to buy or sell a house, but really, the best time is when it's right for you. The real estate markets, they change, they go up, they go down. One thing that doesn't change is where you want to be in your life. The professionals you team up with will make your story happen. The Z Team are the professionals you need to hire for your next chapter. So call the Z Team at 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Your senior health care specialist is VACO Insurance in Mountain Home. Retired law enforcement and disabled veteran owner Frank VACO and staff can help you with all your insurance needs. VACO Insurance provides coverage for most carriers in the area, such as Medicare, Affordable Care Act, individual, or any other health or life insurance options. With over 13 years experience and agents in multiple areas and locations throughout northern Arkansas and southern Missouri, VACO Insurance is the right choice to handle all your insurance needs. That's VACO Insurance, located in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Kevin Litty, the Baxter County Judge, is with me this morning. We're talking about everything that's going on in Baxter County. Road and bridge. It's all anybody ever wants to talk about, but it's the biggest portion of the budget, and it's the most important thing to people. If you can't get out on the roads because they're full of potholes and just washed away, they've got to be taken care of. And that's one thing that Baxter County, the Judge's Department, has always made a priority. Even back when Joe Bodenhammer was around, it was a priority, and it seems like it's still a priority with you.
It is a big priority, and it means a lot to a lot of folks, and my priority is based off, calls I've received in the last year, and it's a very big priority. It means a lot to a lot of people, and my goal is to keep improving them. It's difficult, because we grew up around here and we see roads that was chip and sealed or overlaid maybe 25 years ago when the county didn't have any money. And I've asked road and bridge super, I said, how'd you do it? How'd you guys do it back then? Well, materials were just dirt cheap. They're not today. We have more money, but materials are crazy high, and it makes it difficult to do. For an example, down here on the Denton Ferry Road, we did 4 miles of overlay down there, had some state aid money in that project. We probably spent over $300,000 of our county budget down there to participate with that state aid project. So it just takes a lot of money by the time you do the shoulders. After you overlay, you got to do the shoulders, and you got to do the striping. Striping is not cheap. We're going to do some more striping this year. That's not been done in the past. Had lots of requests for striping on some of our better roads that have a lot of traffic, and as you all know, we have some county roads that have about as much traffic as some of these smaller state roads around here. So. Tucker Cemetery and places like that, that's lots and lots of traffic on roads like that, we can stripe them and make them safer for nighttime traffic on them and stuff like that. So I hope to do somewhere around 25, 30 miles of striping this year on our...
Do you do your own striping, or is that contracted out?
We contract it out. Yeah, we'll take bids on that. So my plan is to do though, start spending some money on that on our heavily traveled roads and the high traffic areas and the good roads. Something we're not going to end up chip and sealing right over the striping because it's not cheap to stripe. It's, 15 to 17 cents a foot, but that don't sound like much until you start going several miles. Adds up quick. And if you try to double stripe a road and white stripe it, it's 4 stripes in a mile. So it adds up quickly. Most of our roads will just double yellow stripe, and go on. Some of them will put a white stripe on. But.
The shoulders of these roads, some of these county roads that have been chip and sealed, is there any talk about going back and working on some of those shoulders? Old Military's got a pretty nice base of chip and seal, but on the sides,
breaking off on the sides.
Breaks off on the sides.
Big complaint. Very big complaint. Glad you brought that up. We've been talking about that recently, and they've been starting to fix some of them recently. I was out here off County Road 56 the other day. It's a very, very good road, but the inside corners are breaking off from traffic, dropping off the side of the road, starts breaking it off. County Road 27, I went and looked at it the other day with a complaint. Corners or sides of it. Good road, but the sides are breaking off. And been a lot of talk at Road and Bridge about fixing them. Not only, if you're going down the road, don't just fix a pothole, fix these sides of them where they're breaking off because that's dangerous. People drop a
because once they start breaking, they'll just continue to deteriorate.
And it washes out and deteriorates. You'll bust a tire or something. A motorist will bust a tire. So we got to fix them too, along with potholes when we're going down the road. So.
I noticed you guys were just working on 69 a little while back, County Road 69.
Yeah. Well,
and redid the.
A lot of traffic out there, so what they did on the sides out there is debris falling off cars builds up after a while on the shoulders of roads and won't let the water run off the road, so they got to knock the shoulders down a little bit so the water can get off the road. So that's what they were doing on 69 out there. That's another highly traffic road that probably needs some striping done on.
Is the rebuilding of a shoulder is a long process. It's going to take a lot of time, a lot of money.
You can't let them get too far ahead of you, or yes, it is. It takes a lot of money and a lot of time to fix them. So, it's a lot of roads, as we've seen, are beyond, repairing. They have to be redone. And to combat that, we bought a piece of equipment in 23 that's called an asphalt zipper that you can go through and grind up either an asphalt or a chip and seal road, and it lays it back down and prepares it to roll and re-chip and seal. And we bought one of them, and out here off 201 North, we did the Kingswood subdivision. We did about 2 or 3 miles, I think it was. I'm not sure the exact amount, but we ground them all up this fall and prepared them to come back in and chip and seal in 24. So they were beyond repair.
So that's one of your big projects for 24?
That is, that asphalt zipper, they wanted one, we got one. And, in 23, bought a new excavator, which was, kind of handed to me in the budget, about $300,000. But we have to supply our guys with good equipment. And, this year we have a tractor coming. And the old, there's some older type graders we have out there at the Road and Bridge that the guys like. That's good graders that are getting lots of hours on them, and we're going to refurb some of them, and we can stay away from some of this new equipment on these new graders, the computerized and the DEF, the diesel particulate, the urea that goes in diesels now to burn the particulate matter off of it. So we're going to refurb some of them. It's a couple $100,000 a piece to do them, but that's cheaper than $375 to buy a new grader. And so we're going to redo some of our. We're going to redo. Got one scheduled to be redone. We got a new mower coming, and hopefully we can buy another mower at about the middle of the year. But anyway, we got to give them good equipment to work with.
If you want to keep good help, you got to have good tools.
Well, one of my priorities when I took over was we were going to keep our right-of-ways mowed. Well, we couldn't keep them mowed in 23 because we were working on the tractors that mow our right-of-ways all the time. So hopefully by buying some new equipment, we can keep them running a little more. We're always going to have breakdowns. I understand that, but we can keep them maybe running a little more.
Do y'all use just a bush hog on the right-of-ways, or is it a...
They have some bush hogs, and then they have the sidearm mowers, and a lot of our ditches and our right-of-ways are too steep to get a tractor on, so we got to use a sidearm mower. It's a slow process with the sidearm mower, but ideally you like the sidearm mower to keep the brush back and limbs back off the road. But anyway, hopefully about the middle of the year we're going to buy more of a pull type. Some of the long tenure employees out there talked about they used to have a slide type mower that goes on the back of tractors that would extend and slide out over a right-of-way. and mow it. And I've not seen them. I don't remember them. But anyway, they're wanting to go back to a couple of them. They said it was the best mowers they've ever had. So we don't have any now. So if we can, we're going to go back to some of them. And they say they work good, then we'll try them again. So.
Well, let's talk a couple minutes about something a lot of folks don't even talk about. Let's talk about the courthouse itself, the old courthouse building where your office is. What shape is it in, and what kind of projects have you got going on to update it?
We just completed we're still completing it. It's up and running. We put in a new HVAC system, which was handed to me in the budget. I used some funds that came through us through the COVID money that we got, and we upgraded that. We've redone our courtroom this year, painted it, redone the walls. It's peeling. I don't know if y'all been in there, but it has kind of plaster type of walls in it, and they were flaking off. So we done. A lot of people see our courtroom, so we've redone it. I don't know if you've been by lately. We redone the steps coming in on the south side of the courthouse. That nearly everybody uses that side of the courthouse if they're not handicapped, and just got that completed last week. And we're going to do more of them things on our county property around and just off of the square. And we've got bids right now out to paint our building where our assessor and our collector is, and clean that up and make it look a little more presentable. So I want our property to look good.
Is the Baxter County Fairgrounds, is that a self-sufficient entity within the county, or
it has been for the most part over the years? We help them out with insuring their buildings down there. They're on our policy. They pay it, but they're on our policy to cheapen that for them. During the COVID times, the county gave them some of the funds that we received along with some other places to help them through the hard times, but they take care of themselves.
So that pretty much is an entity within the entity that self-sufficient. You don't have to do a whole lot with.
No, the Fair Association. I'm looking for the right term, but anyway, they
the Fair Board.
Fair Board. There you go.
Yeah.
They take care of themselves. Yeah.
Do you have any other organizations within the county that are that way? Who handles the airport?
The county handles the airport. So there's a commission that takes care of the airport. I mean, it's owned by the county out there, the land, and so the commission out there, which is 5 or 6 people, take care of the day-to-day operations and what's going on there, planning for growth. There's an employee out there, a full-time employee. The county pays half of the benefits, and the airport commission pays his other half of his salary. But as a rule of thumb, they take care of themselves.
What about the 911 center?
It funds itself up to a certain point, and that's getting more difficult. That we have to. We're going to have to talk about more in 24 with the local mayors, and I've told them some what we're looking at. But cell phone tax does not completely fund 911 anymore like it used to. And in 2023, the county had to take $100,000 out of its general fund to put into 911 to help fund it. In 2024, we had to take about $200,000 out of the general fund to fund it. So we're going to have to talk to the other entities within the county to help us fund the 911 system that we all get the pleasure of reap the benefits from. But the county is footing the bill for all of it right now when it don't fund itself. So so we got I got a guy that's over 911 in the state, and his name's CJ. But he's getting me some plans at other cities and counties how they work together to fund their 911 system. So I think it needs to be a community effort, kind of like our animal control we put together. We get a lot of donations, but also the other entities pay a little bit, towards the animal control fund for services within their city, because each city has their own budget. So some things, we don't have to. We're not required by law to fund, and with animal control's not. And of course, 911 is. We got to furnish 911. But like animal control, it don't completely fund itself. So the general fund puts a little money into the animal control to help fund it, and we need everybody to pitch into that.
Back when I was on city council, there was always an issue about who was funding the court clerks. Is that still an issue?
Not an issue at all anymore. I believe when Hillary took over as mayor his first year, and that's been 5 or 6 years ago. So you had court clerks in there that was county employees and some that was city employees.
Mm-hmm.
Those city employees was making considerably more money than county employees sitting there next to each other doing the same job.
Mm-hmm.
So the city pays them all now, and the county reimburses them for part of what they pay.
Yeah.
So to make that equal, and that should have been done a long time ago.
Level that out.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the animal shelter real quick. We've only got about 30 seconds left, but Has that proven to be a good asset for the county?
It is. You know, the people want it, so we need to try to do it. You know, I thought when I came in it was kind of on rough ground, animal control when I came in, and actually the day I took over as county judge, it was shut down. The employees out there had quit prior to me getting here. It was shut down, and I thought, you know, we don't need this headache. And but as I was sitting there and day to day, we get calls, and spoke to the sheriff that he ended up taking over 911, because as the county judge, I thought, you know, to provide a good service, we need the manpower to do it, and he has the manpower where I didn't to run it and supervise it, because he has, you know, several guys below him that can do that.
Yep. It's time to wrap it up. You've been watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. County Judge Kevin Litty. See you tomorrow.
Dig Haul. The L-Series compact tractor offers ultimate versatility, along with a great ownership experience and service that only your local Kubota dealer can deliver. The #1 selling compact tractor in Arkansas, and built-in quality and reliability for a great price. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today.